When I think of flawless MMA performances, I immediately think of the magical night where Conor McGregor conquered the world and became the first simultaneous UFC double champion. At the peak of his powers, Conor showed the pure magic that unfolds when timing, accuracy, and power meets staggering confidence. Conor comes out relaxed and confident, takes the center, and immediately begins enforcing his range, throwing his jab out there, and then mixing in his patented snap kick, and of course, pawing Eddie's lead hand with his own lead hand, creating rhythmic patterns, obstructing Eddie's ability to jab. And although Eddie is avoiding some of these early offerings from Conor, he's going to have to accumulate his own offense at some point. Look at Eddie swiping away at Conor's lead hand, but what an experienced southpaw like Conor does is deny your lead hand and draw you into throwing your rear hand, where the southpaw has thousands more repetitions in practice in open stance at slipping outside and countering. And what's so amazing is look how Conor slides his lead foot back and repositions his feet to create a new angle to throw this second cross against a helpless Eddie who's caught on the original line of path. Conor stays so patient, he matches Eddie's level change and then gets right back to poking at Eddie at range with the jab and of course the snap kick, waiting for Eddie to blitz forward again. And Eddie willingly obliges, again trying to take a small step backwards to draw Conor forward and then intercept him with a blitz entry off the shifting cross, but Conor drop steps just in time and then drills Eddie with the counter left again. Just tremendous accuracy in the fire. Looking to get a bit busier on the lead, Conor throws his left high kick as a warning shot to discourage Eddie from all the head movement he was showing at range. Now Conor gets to work with his left straight, again measuring and denying Eddie's lead hand with all the hand fighting, and then he partially lands this left hand, but Conor sees Eddie looking to slip his head inside. Now Conor jabs to trigger a subtle movement of Eddie's head to the inside, and Conor's left straight meets him there. Just more tremendous accuracy and power on display. The end of the round was a bit slower as Eddie refused to go first and Conor poked away from the outside. You see how Conor gets his lead hand, his glove, on top of Eddie's glove, which opens up a lane for him to jab, which partially lands. Eddie looks to return with a right hand that Conor catches on the helmet guard. Conor then frames away on the chest and gets back to distance while off-balancing Eddie, pushing him out of range to avoid the left hook. Conor inverts his shoulders and pokes at Eddie with the left straight as a jab, and then starts to frustrate Eddie with the hand fighting. Thankfully for his own sake, Eddie abandoned the shifting right cross entry after getting dropped twice in the first round throwing it, as Conor kept holding his ground and intercepting the shift. But now Conor is using his side-on stance to slide back until the exact moment Eddie's combination ends. Conor plants and he's still in range to punish Eddie with a 1-2, generating shocking power through his hips against his own momentum. And now Eddie can't box his way into takedowns without getting countered, so he's left to shoot at the hips from a distance, and Conor is easily able to defend. Talk about winning every element of the game and taking it away from his opponent. Eddie wants no business going first anymore, and this initiates Conor's taunting as a showman, but also as a counter-striker who wants to encourage Eddie to go first. And he does. Eddie's able to clip Conor with this right hook right here, but Conor's so good at adjusting his feet and angle in the midst of an exchange, while Eddie is losing his composure and swinging a bit uncontrolled. Conor ducks under the big right hook. Eddie way overextends and McGregor snipes him with that left hand. The margin for error against Conor's left hand is like zero. And now the winning sequence. Eddie again gets drawn into countering with his right straight, and if Conor gets a clean slip, he can trigger one of the cleanest and most accurate combinations ever in the octagon with championship consequences. Conor just used every millimeter of his 5-inch reach advantage. His understanding of distance was crazy. All his head movements are the absolute shortest movement possible to keep him in a position to counter. And the accuracy here is just outstanding. Gets his second belt, that epitomizes a flawless MMA performance.